Aussies chucking sickies. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.heise here, and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee, we're going to talk about sick leave. Now, I recently did a video where I was shocked to discover that if you're on holiday and you get sick, you can then turn your holiday over to sick leave. Now, I thought, you're on holiday, you're your own responsibility. You're not your boss's responsibility. But no, I'm out of date. I still mentally live with 1980s employment, or probably even they got away with that back in the 80s. But still, you know what I mean. And this is because I'm a small business owner. I don't have sick leave. I don't get any of those perks. And to be brutally honest, I made Rachel deal with all the HR stuff, and I think she was happy to deal with it because it got me really angry, all of these things. So I put a poll up asking you if you take sick leave, and I thought there's some interesting comments here to have a look. So let's check this out. So 2,400 people voted in one day, and 44% said yes, but only when I'm sick. Now, I'm not arguing against that. If you're sick, you stay at home. We had staff I would send them home if they were sick, or if they'd have to take care of their family. You'd go. You've got sick leave. That's what it's for. Take it. But the sickie, there's a public holiday on Tuesday, I'll just chuck a sickie on Monday rather than take holiday pay. That's the type of bullshit that I think, that mentality, the fact that people are willing to lie to their employer like that, that's the type of thinking that I think is why people probably don't get ahead. If they think like that, you can pick up on it. And maybe that'll be a reason why you ditch them, because they're what is it? A parasite, really. Take a holiday if you need to, not a dodgy sickie. And I mean, that's a thing in Australia, guys. I don't know if it's in other cultures, but 22% said yes, sickies are an Australian tradition. 19% said no, I never get sick. Now, this is the other side of it too. If you never get sick and you bank up all this sick leave, it doesn't go with you as you go to another job. You don't get it paid out. It just disappears. Now, you could either go casual, or wouldn't it be better if it was just combined with your holiday pay and you can get it paid out? Or if it's just a bank, it's just paid to you as a sick, a levy, or just paid as part of your paycheck, and you can stash that money in an investment account and earn interest on it. Theoretically, earn interest off it. And 14% said, no, I don't have sick leave. You've got to understand now we also have casuals getting sick leave. Victoria is pushing to give casuals sick leave, paid for by everyone. So remember, if you're a casual employee, you get paid a loading. You get paid extra, which includes your sick leave and holiday leave. Where are we heading, guys? The problem is the more responsibility you put onto the employer, that's going to disincentivize them from employing people. They'll look at offshoring, they'll look at automation, they'll look at going through contractors. So let's have a look at what some of you said in the comments here. Will MR said, what's sick leave? Well, yeah. And Alfred, I think he had the best take on it here. I'll give you a heart, I'll colour it in. If you're on a corporate or bureaucratic gravy train, you may as well use your sick leave. Don't come to work while you're effing sick, which is true. You shouldn't come to work while you're sick. But we're talking about really people who make sure to use every bloody day, even when they're not sick. Regan, I pointed out to the boss in a staff review once, I hadn't taken a sickie in 3 years. I'd been there. He gave me the idea that they were impressed. High-stress service industry job. Didn't save me long-term. With the New South Wales service manager, boss's boss, I spoke to him more directly than he could tolerate. Well, there you go. This is the thing. It's not gonna save you from it. And the problem is this is essentially an entitlement that part of your pay that is forced to be locked away because of the rules. So you're not getting it. So I can understand why people are going, yeah, you know what, I deserve that. I'd rather be getting it paid in cash, but I'm not, so I should take these days. I understand why they have it too, because we've had friends that have just had no sick leave. What if you've got a surgery or an issue? You've got no time off. You're in trouble. So it could just be my bias for rarely getting sick anymore. Although I had 2 days off the other day, guys. I injured myself, and I didn't get sick leave. I just didn't work for those 2 days. So Burr is saying, I remember I was sick once, slept in the car for 2 hours back at work. Sick leave is for the mentally weak minions. How old are you, mate? That can change. That can change. Don is going, absolutely. I get 11 days a year. You can bet your ass I take all of it. I plan it, like annual leave, and usually enjoy it in blocks of 3 to 4 days that run into another blocks of days off. If I'm taking a 25% pay cut to work permanently, I won't be leaving any of my entitlement on the table when it's time to move on. Okay? So there you go. There's Don's strategy. What do you reckon? What do you think? Well, I mean, there you go, guys. Is that the mentality that you want? In a small business, that could really screw you over. What if you need people there for that time? This is just days that are meant to be for people when they're sick, but you're paying for it. As an employee, you are paying for this privilege. You're paying for the privilege of your worker hauling a part of your pay aside in case you get sick. That evaporates when you leave jobs. All of these things start with good intentions, but you're paying for it. So, because people can't save, people don't have any provisions. Kane is going, when I started work in the 80s, it was completely unacceptable to take sick days. If anyone took one, the boss would go to your house to check on you. My industry also encouraged high alcohol use. It was hard to tell if you were sick or had a hangover, so you just learned to work no matter how you felt. But people didn't get sick in the 80s. They're a tougher breed. But, I mean, it's a different time. Working with a hangover, yeah. I never in my life have took sick leave. I always showed up to work even when sick. From Arden. There's sick and then there's sick. I think a lot of people would have taken it for the first time when we had COVID. When people wouldn't even want you at the office if you had a little sniffle. And Roddy's going, sick leave is calculated into my pay. Anyone who doesn't take it is a fool. Okay? So that's it. That's the problem. This is the problem. If people could simply get paid out for their sick leave at the end of the year, then this would go away. This would go away in an instant. So Sunrise, I had an A-Hall company refuse to pay me 1 sick day leave after not taking a single day off in 2 years. The reason given, I did not produce a medical certificate, even though they're not required for 1 day off work. Yeah, if your employer asks you for a medical certificate, they have to pay the costs for that medical certificate. Okay? They can't demand it and then you bear the cost. So I went to a doctor 2 weeks later and he wrote, I was allegedly sick on that date and did not seek medical attention. 1 month after that, I got revenge, got a series of medical certificates pretending to be sick, and got a week off work. So Sunrise got pissed. And this is where the give and take in a smaller organization where you've got an actual relationship with the people that you employ and who employ you is going to be different to a bigger organization, to a bigger one where there's an HR person that doesn't give a shit. So I can appreciate people working in an organization like that, having a different mentality and realizing you're just a cog in the machine that no one gives a shit about. But here's the thing, the more of these organizations are the only ones that can handle all of these perks and bonuses and things, so you're going to lose small business. So, Willie, as a tradesman, the other boys need me to help lift. So, if I'm off, so are they. Had my first sick day in 10 years because of COVID. There you go. I get 10 per year, and in them, all 2 months in every year. What? I get 10 per year, and okay, do you take them all the time? Use it or lose it. I had 280 odd days accumulated and was forcefully made redundant by my university. At 54, it was a handy safety net if I got seriously ill. Regret now that I didn't use it when I was sick. It isn't paid out. At a new job, I'll start with 0 days in the bank. 0. Use it up, people. This is the thing. It's bullshit. It doesn't earn you any interest. I mean, should we just have the option where people can get sick leave or they can get it paid out into their super? Even that, I mean, get it paid out into their super. Then you could draw upon it if you're sick for extended periods of time. Wouldn't that be smarter? Rather than this. What if the business goes under? It disappears. What if the business doesn't have the money? You know, that can happen, guys. That can happen. Andrew hasn't been sick for 3 years. I mean, one of these new businesses I'm looking at is focusing on dietary solutions to health problems. It's pushing the carnivore lifestyle, and they're looking at providing these services free to business employees, and the businesses pay for it because of the reduced sick leave, the reduced insurance cost, all of these other things. This is a new model that's happening, a new thing that they're pushing out, and it will work. Blaine is going, that's the problem. When you're self-employed in construction, there are no sick days, especially in my small business. If I don't do it, who else is going to put on the big boy pants? Just hope you can make it to the weekend. Get it done, son. This is the thing. If you're in a business where it's like project delivery, or you've got a job that needs to get finished, if you don't do it, no one's going to do it. Then you just got to push through. Bronson the cat. I'll take sick leave if I'm not up to the task required for my job. It's encouraged not to come to work if you're sick and or fatigued by the people I work for. The last thing they need is someone having an accident if they're under the weather. Yes, that's sensible. I agree with that. That makes sense. If you're fatigued, if you're tired, but chucking a sickie because it's between two public holidays. After 46 years on the railway, my father retired with about 2 years' worth of sick leave. He only had 3 sickies in that 46 years, and what did he get for it? Nothing. Well, no, he had a job for 46 years. That's what he got for it. He got paid for working for 46 years. Others hammer their sickies and retire with the same. Thanks for coming. See ya. Yeah, that's it, because it's not fair. Okay? It's not fair. That's the problem with sickies. They're not fair. That's called socialism, guys. If you're smart, then sick leave is just 2 extra weeks off of annual leave. I mean, that's the thing. Will you fly with that shit? I can't imagine if you've got someone perpetually taking sick leave that any business person would keep them. You would find a way to ditch them. You'd have to, wouldn't you? Self-employed and casual, so no sick leave for me. Never been on sick leave ever. But currently on the 4th week of workers' comp. When I hurt myself, I do it properly. So Jimbo, shit, man. Get well. Get well. Yeah, that sucks, mate. That sucks. And Mandy raised a good point here. And I honestly think this is why a lot of people are going to be sick, is when the kids are sick. And I wouldn't have appreciated that until I became a dad with an army of little kids that can get sick and, vomit everywhere and poo everywhere. And, it's fun being a parent. These polls are funny. You're a number at your job, nothing more. Don't think they care about you because you don't take sick days. Okay? And that, in some ways that's right. But the question is, should we have a system? Well, maybe that's the next poll I'll put on. If you could opt out of sick days or get paid out of sick days, or have your own bank of sick days, would you rather have it? Or just combine it with holiday? When you're a small business, you work for bits. You work for bits off more than they can chew. You can't get sick leave or annual leave or long service leave. You just look at it in your pay slip. Well, yeah, the bites off more than it can chew. Yeah, I mean, you get it paid out. If you're busy, you can't take it. Long service leave. This is the thing. We don't have civil servants that are traveling back to England by ship anymore, so we don't really need long service leave. But it's now ingrained. People are they're used to it. So rather than getting that money paid to them directly, it gets put in this bloody bank. Lockpicking. I have over 1,500 hours of sick leave and only take it when required. All of my friends did say I was nuts using it all up every year. But one of them ended up sick and had 3 months off work without any sick leave. They ended up taking most of their time off without pay. So it's not a wise choice to take all your sick leave. So that's a point from Lockpick. Having it as a buffer. That's good if the business survives, but not if it doesn't. So that's the risk. And my reply to him, wouldn't you want that 1,500 hours worth of pay sitting in a bank account earning you money? Steve is going casual, so no, I can't afford to take the day off and will work if I'm not too sick. But I rarely even get sick. Plus, I work 3 casual jobs to make ends meet. Canberra is an expensive city to live. Travis is going, it depends how sick I am. If I'm feeling tired or already fatigued or genuinely properly sick, he's a train driver. Tired is a big no-no. But if I have a cold or something, then no. I mean, it comes down to how sick that you are. And amazing, Andy, we'll finish on this one. I take all my entitlements, including my sick leave. And I've almost 600 hours of sick leave. I would feel too guilty to enjoy taking a sickie. So there we have it, guys. What do you reckon? Let's talk about this one. Here's the thing. It's an entitlement. Are you going to take it if you're not sick? Are you going to lie? Are you going to go to a doctor's office and get a certificate and take it? There's the question. Should we even have it? Should it be forced savings held by an employer that disappears when we change jobs? Then it's useless. What do you think? It's a tough situation. It's going to split hairs on people here too, you know. Oh, well, it's something I don't need to worry about, guys. I'll just, just work till I die. Isn't that the trick? That's what we got to do. Lads, come on. That's the truth. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this one in the comments down below. I'll put a poll up asking if we should tweak with sick leave, some different options. If you want to support us, there are a few ways you can. You can join us on YouTube or Patreon. Sign up for our referral links at Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve, or AussieBroadband. Or if you need architectural services, we've got a lot of experience in education, commercial, and resources. Drop us a line. Take care, guys. Have a great day. And enjoy those sick days. I worked with one guy, I remember at university, he'd take sick days all the time from uni. This is a casual job. And it was only for like a term. And he'd take bloody sick days. And then I'd be stuck with his students. Such bullshit. Anyway, I'll see you later.